This is the book of Job, chapter 14, verse 4. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. Verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is his son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of Job, chapter 14, verse 4 through 5, is I came across this article today, and this article demonstrates who these Edomites truly are. All right? These Edomites, all right, which are the so-called white people today, are unclean, okay? Meaning they're impure, all right? And that's why the Lord is cutting their rulership, making sure that these devils are removed from power, okay? That's why their days have been determined, all right? And that's why he's cutting their time short, all right? He's cutting their rulership short because these people cannot continue to rule. They are beast people. They are beast-like people, all right? That's why when Daniel received the vision from the Lord, all right, regarding the fourth beast, which is Rome, okay, and this is the extended Roman Empire, all right, but the point is he described it as a beast, all right, because these people are animals, all right? These Edomites, these so-called white people are animals, all right? They are impure, okay, especially when it comes to their sexual immorality, all right? That's why when you go, let's go back. When you go to unclean in Job chapter 14, verse 4, right? Let's get the Hebrew word for unclean, all right? And again, we'll read it one more time. Job chapter 14, verse 4. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one, right? No Edomite can be clean. They're unclean, okay? So if you're talking to someone that looks like an Edomite, all right, looks like a so-called white person, all right, but he has a way about himself that has a decorum and a moral high ground, okay, that proves that he can't be an Edomite, all right? Because Edomites have no moral high ground, okay? They are truly disgusting people, man. So the Hebrew word for unclean is tamah, which means unclean, impure, and ethically and religiously right, okay? And when you go to the definition of impure, all right, it means morally wrong, right? These Edomites are morally wrong, especially in sexual matters, right? Okay? Because you clearly, from reading this, you already know what was on this devil's mind, all right? He wanted to have his way with his granddaughter and his granddaughter's friend, all right? This individual here, this beast Edomite, was morally wrong. Okay? Is morally wrong. All right? And that's why the Lord is shortening these devils' rulership, because this is how these Edomites rule. All right? The average Edomite is no better than the Edomites that are ruling the government. All right? With this whole Jeffrey Epstein, right? These are the same people. Okay? And that's why the Lord's shortening their time. 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Right, and that's why, okay, his day of ruling is being shortened. Okay, everything is moving fast to get this man out of power. He has to get out of power. Okay, he's sick and twisted. These Edomites are nasty, dirty people, man. Just disgusting and nasty. Okay? NC County Elections Chair. So he's a chairman for the Board of Elections. Right. This has to deal with voting. So this is how you know, all right, these people ain't honest. All right? They never were honest. Okay? These people ain't honest. These are not honest people. These are not morally right people. They're not upright. Okay? They're corrupt. All right? They're crooked. They're not just people. All right? He's the chair of the Board of Elections. All right? So you know he's done major crooked stuff. If he's willing to drug his own daughter, all right, to fulfill his own sick, twisted sexual fantasy, you already know he's crooked with these elections. Okay? You already know. Because they're not right people. They're not upright people. Okay? Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Right. And when you go to the word upright, okay, it's yashar, which means to be right, be straight, all right, be level, be upright, be just, be lawful, be smooth, right. All right. That devil is not straight. Okay, he's not just, he's not lawful, he's unlawful, okay? He's willing to drug his own granddaughter, all right? And the granddaughter's friend, okay? And if it wasn't for the granddaughter who spotted the drugs in her ice cream, man, this devil would have took advantage of his own granddaughter, okay? These Edomites are sick. They got to be removed from power. And the Lord's, okay, setting it in motion. That's why this World War III is getting bigger. That's why also a civil war is coming. Okay, that's why there's going to be famine. Okay, there's going to be pestilence. All right, the Lord is going to continue to rock you Edomites with weather warfare. Okay, we're in hurricane season. Get fucking ready. Okay, all right. The Lord is tired of you Edomites, man. You're nasty. All right. Disgusting beast like in people. All right, that's why you're known as, that's why we call you heathens, okay, for a reason. Jeremiah chapter 49 verse 17. Also Edom shall be a desolation, everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof. Right, because these Edomites are going to be judged here in America. Okay, this is what this is talking about. This is talking about the destruction of America, which these Edomites rule. Okay, because this is the same precept that talks about Babylon the Great, which is America. All right. Yep, there it is. Jeremiah chapter 49 verse 13. For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that Basra shall become a desolation and reproach. Right, another code word for America. A waste and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. Right, this place can be destroyed because of the people that are, because you Edomites, okay, and how you're ruling this place. You rule it in wickedness. You rule it in, okay, in unrighteousness. You're morally wrong people. You're impure. Okay? Yep. Jeremiah 50 and 13 is talking about Babylon. Because of the wrath of the Lord it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. Right, this is the scripture that I really wanted to get. Okay, this just proves that the Edomites, okay, are associated with Babylon. Okay, the so-called white people, all right, are the biblical Edomites. All right, and they are associated with Babylon. Okay, and that's why when America's destroyed, these Edomites in America will be destroyed, and the rest of them will all go into slavery. Okay, that survive. 18. As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Lord Yahweh, no man shall abide there, neither shall son of man dwell in. Right. The Lord is going to overthrow America as Sodom and Gomorrah because, again, the people that are ruling it, these Edomites, these beasts, okay, like individuals, all right? Why was Sodom and Gomorrah? You know what? I asked Google AI, what was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah? In the biblical narrative, Sodom and Gomorrah were cities characterized by sexual immorality and violence. Plain. Okay? All right? And this is a good example. Sexual immorality. Clearly, why did he want to drug his own granddaughter? All right? And the granddaughter's friend to, all right, fulfill his sick, twisted, okay, impure, all right, sexual fantasy. All right? That's what it was. These are the Edomites, man. There's no getting around it. And that's why this place is going to be destroyed with fire. The nukes can't come soon enough, as the apostles and elders have been saying recently. The nukes can't come soon enough. These motherfuckers has got to go. They're nasty. And you Edomites have nothing to say. You don't hold the high moral ground no more, man. The Lord is revealing your true nature, okay? You know, the days of you pointing the finger at, you know, all us, the Israelites, and, you know, these other nations are coming to an end. First of all, the Lord already set up us, the prophets, to curse out our people and tell them, okay, that they're going off. That's already, the Lord set that up, okay? That's already set in motion, okay? We're here to tell our people, all right, pointing the finger at our people, telling them they need to get right. They need to clean their okay, they need to get their house in order. But you motherfuckers, okay, you don't have nothing to say, man. We're about your own people. Like this piece of shit, Nick Fuentes. What do you got to say about that? Okay, you need to start yelling at your own people, okay, and getting on them. This shit runs rapid among the Edomite communities, by the way. All right, this is nothing new. All right, Edomites, all right, have been doing this to their own kind. Okay. Okay, incest and sorcery. Okay, which when you go into that word sorcery is pharmakia. Okay, nasty motherfuckers. That's why this place is gonna get overthrown like Sodom and Gomorrah. All right. Oh, this is the law, by the way. All right. That's another thing. You know, you wacky tacky plantation Christians. You know, talking about America. All right, was founded on so-called Christian principles, which is a lie. Okay. Look up the Treaty of Tripoli. All right. The Senate and John Adams, all right, openly stated. Hold on. I got to bring this history out because this cuts this whole narrative of America was founded on Christian principles, that America was established on Christianity. That is a farce. And the founding fathers always, okay, always understood, the American founding fathers always understood that, okay? The Treaty of Tripoli. right here. The Treaty of Tripoli, or Treaty of Peace and Friendship, was an agreement signed in 1796 between the United States and the Ottoman Regency of Tripoli, modern-day Libya, to protect American ships from Barbary pirate attacks in the Mediterranean. The treaty established peace, guaranteed commercial rights, and contained Article 11, which stated that the U.S. government was not founded on Christian religion and had no enmity towards Islam. Okay? This was signed in 1796, and that was in the Article 11. All right, telling these Islamic states, all right, these the Ottomans are also Edomites, but these Edomites took on Islam, all right, saying, hey, our Christian religion is not part of our government, all right. It was not founded, okay, to keep the peace with the Edomites that were in the Islam religion, okay, because the Ottoman Empire, okay, are made up of Edomites too, okay. That's why modern day Turkey, all right, is part of NATO, because the people of Turkey are Edomites, all right. Anyway, that's the point, okay. So America was never founded on Christian religion. Again, you can go into this history, Treaty of Tripoli. All right, it was actually John Adams, right? Should say it down here, right? Where's it at? Where's Johnny at? Shoot, hold on. Treaty of Tripoli article. Let me do it this way. There it is. Yup. Duwadi Al-Bashami al-Shai for AI overview. All right, really helps. Article 11 of 1796 Treaty of Tripoli, ratified in 1797, states that the government of the United States of America is not in any sense founded on Christian religion, and that religious opinion should never interrupt the harmony between the nations. Bam. Okay? Though it was ratified by the U.S. Senate and signed by the U.S. Senate, okay? And again, hint, hint, U.S. Senate. Where does the U.S. Senate come from? Rome, okay? The Roman Republic, all right? That also cuts this narrative that America was established on Christian religion. No, it wasn't, okay? The government, all right, was founded by the ancient Roman ways, more specifically the Roman Republic. That's why it says in the Constitution, all right, that if any new states coming into the Union has to have a Republican form of government. A Republican form of government, not a Christian form of government. That cuts, what the hell is that clown's name? Again, Nick Fuentes, you idiot. Okay? But they'll never bring this out on the Red Pill podcast. No, they won't. Okay? All right? It was not part of the original Arabic version of the treaty. The article was removed when the treaty was renegotiated after First Barbary War. Okay. All right. Well, they're trying to hide it, but the point is, it already been point. That was the intention of it. Okay? Because again, the founding fathers established a Roman Republic, and it's in the Constitution. It doesn't say a Christian government. Okay? It's a Roman Republic. All right? So, okay, so back to the law. So this goes to show you that these Edomites, they don't follow the Bible. They never did. Leviticus chapter 18 verse 10, the nakedness of thy son's daughter or thy daughter's daughter, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover, for theirs is thy own nakedness. NLT version, do not have sexual relations with your granddaughter, whether she is your son's daughter or your daughter's daughter, for this would violate yourself. Right. Okay. These Edomites are sick and twisted. They don't follow the laws of the Bible. Okay? That's why this place is going to be destroyed by fire. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. Right. Okay, this is why you're not supposed to be like these devils, man. 17. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. Right. There's no Edomites have any part of the covenant. Okay? No Edomites, all right, will be saved. All right? The only thing going to be saved for is slavery if the Lord has deemed them to not be destroyed, all right, when he returns to bring forth judgment. That's it. That's the only thing they're saved for, slavery. All right? And any Edomites dwelling here in America, you are cooked. All right? You ain't making it. For he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. Right. So when you go to the word fornicator, it's pornos. That's where you get the word porn. All right? A man who indulges in unlawful sexual intercourse. Right. I mean, this is a good example. What do you think was on his mind? So you don't want to be like these nasty clowns, all right? Revelation 22 and 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments. Right. His commandments. All right. Following the statutes, the laws. All right. The ones that we can keep. You're not supposed to move like this. All right. All right. That's a beast-like nature. That's a heathen nature. All right. That's why we have to be set up. All right. Back in power. That's why we can't wait till Yahushua comes so that we can push out the law. So, all right. So this stuff does not happen. All right. That's why you Edomites, you're in for a rude awakening. If you even think of anything like this, we on you, man. If this evil thought comes into your mind, that's why the first 100 years is going to be, all right, hell for these people, man. Because we're going to, put the pain on them. All right? That they may have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. Right? This is pertaining to the Israelites. All right? The Israelites are going to inherit, all right, the gates to the city. All right? The kingdom of heaven. All right? Which we are the kingdom of heaven. Okay? 15, here's the point. For without are dogs and sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. Right, that's these heathens. They're out. That's why when you go into the NLT version, it says what? Outside the city are dogs, the sorcerers, the sexual immoral, the murderers, the idol worshippers, and all who love to live a lie. Right. All right. You can't have these animals in the kingdom. All right. They're outside. All right. They're going to be slaving for us, but they're not coming into, all right, our holy city, man. Ain't no effing way, man. Okay? These devils, all right, are going to be put into slavery and work, especially the Edomites. You're going into the fucking caves, all right? You're going into the caves and getting our gold and silver. All right, because you're a bunch of animals. You know, when you go to the word dogs, all right, check this out. Dogs is kuhan, which means what? A metaphor of an impure mind, an impudent man, right? Impure mind. That's you Edomites. That's what proves you ain't, and you don't got the kingdom of heaven. Salvation ain't for you. All right, you're dogs. You're animals. Okay. So Lord willing, that's edifying. Okay, hey, these Edomites, their rulership is coming to an end. The Lord is going to destroy America, Babylon the Great, because Babylon the Great is ruled by these Edomites. The Lord has it out for them. Okay? All right? Their time of ruling is coming to an end. The Lord is shortening the times on purpose. All right? And everything is being revealed. All right? So, hey, stay locked in. Okay, you do not want to, die with these nasty people. These are disgusting people. This should motivate you to serve the Lord. This should motivate you to get to refrain and get away from these devils, all right? Not be around these motherfuckers, man. Because this is what they do, okay? All right? And that's why their women don't want to have nothing to do with the Edomite man, because this is the Edomite man's nature. He's fucked up in the head, all right? He is impure, okay? That's why the Edomite woman wants the Israelite man. It makes sense. All right. This right here, this daughter is broken. She is never gonna trust, okay, a so-called white man. This daughter, guarantee his granddaughter is gonna be getting with a Jake, okay, and Jake's gonna have to freaking pick up the pieces of her mind, because she's gonna have to. Now she's gonna. This is in her mind. Like, damn, my grandfather tried to drug me up so he can have his way with me and my friend. This is what's gonna be on her mind. And Jake gotta have to pick up the pieces, all right, and console her. Anyway, we need the kingdom, man. All right, these devils can't be ruling, and this is why we're looking forward to Yahushua coming. We're looking forward to destruction. All right, we're just waiting for that chip. So, Lord, want us to edify. I want to give all praise and all glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Makakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who grew well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep enduring, keep the faith, keep pushing, keep fighting, keep studying. Pray without ceasing, pray for each other. We're almost out of here. These devils, all right, ruling is coming to an end. They're not going to be ruling for much long, man, all right? The Lord is cutting their time short. And so, and that's why everything is being revealed. All right, to the few sisters that are watching, keep studying when you pray, cover shalom.